And Andre, yeah, we see. I mean, like I said, the team is always open. I'm looking, and if we need him, surely we'll call him. At the moment, I see others ahead of him. And Andre, yeah, we see. I mean,
what's here, Otto Addo? The last part they say at the moment, I see other players ahead of him. Let's just say, and prepare idea or no who's a place to be on the name Etching Otto Addo. Come here. I say we harmless and now say a idea damaging kakra.
Oh, they be harmless.
Harmless.
Coach, I said now Coach Otto Addo kai no one cast and Bonnie Bianfa Andrea. One cast and Bonnie be harmless.
Sir.
Or your head coach. And now your national team coach. National team coach, you know. Ghana for to do a musia kind will be a person about the senior national team. Yen cast a player we assign up a national team. National team is a club football. Club football no a club on the best sign will not just waba be your media. By national team no obi bia or ye Ghana near walk more quite say obit my representative or mine Ghana and our queen as obit maba. And a coach now yakako pointing say swaban or say or check Ghana for do now musi a kind e will be as ya fan na who players ni be say or mu nim saying Andre enti onka say Andre nyade onka say onim bobo onka say on friend biem based on where you now boss say voice now boss coach voice now boss say or say akonya wo honam repem no a obetimi doors ni open Andre betimi obesa to nsa dia friend so onto ni punim forma eye Andre Ayew so me when you say comments no enye harmless enye harmless
okay because Fifi Taki we know say on the Kasadima Dede Ayew ebusia no on Facebook he was not happy about it. I'm sure say Fifi nya happier the family is not happy. Now Usha Fifi a statement Coach Otto Addo's comments on Andre Dede Ayew are shocking and disappointing. On numerous occasions the same coach has said one of the key criteria for selection into the national team is active club participation. How can Ayew, Ghana's most capped player, 3-time World Cup veteran, and a proven leader, be deemed be deemed unworthy, and even when playing well at his club in France League? Dede Ayew or Ayew's legacy and commitment to the Black Stars are undeniable. His experience, leadership, and track record in major tournaments speaks volumes. It is baffling that a coach who failed to qualify Ghana for this year's African Cup of Nations would casually dismiss the contributions of a player who consistently delivered for his country and is playing week in and week out for his club. Such remarks are not only disrespectful to Dede Ayew, but also undermine his sacrifice and pride he has brought to Ghana football. Coach Ayew and after Coach Otto Addo's comments are unprofessional and unbecoming of someone in his position. Coach Addo's comments are unprofessional.
I think say yeah bra Fifi Taki I have say no or the emotions na kasa. Yes, or the emotions na kasa. Because I said now Coach Otto Addo kind one. Now tie the Fifi Taki control na. Coach Otto Addo anka bibia say Andre Ayew enye commit on committee no home from the national team. Say Oka Ghana ye football ye national team from since the Tibisine. Eduma commitments, loyalty, sacrifice are Andre Ayew no. Many sure say Ghana ni bia be question. And ye bian pokran in the history of the senior national team Blasters, the most capped player, Andre. Wabo Blasters, wabo more matches than every player our Ghana has say yenshi a national team JC. And to many sure say Otto Addo be dina baby aka say or be question Andre commitments. As some no Otto Addo kind, one care about Andre leadership quality. Why name say Andre, ye ka leadership quality or you're one of the best. We as a timer, ye benya seven appear. Obe captain will be a leadership quality, sir. One captain so and for boy na baso say the leadership quality say what's wrong. Eyo Andre, sacrifice a hard work. e go to a time say onye fitin pokura oba no sacrifice no the bottom scan no say abrante na sacrifice the loyalty and the commitment to the country no untimi in question that atrema Otto Addo kan ya na say ohun other players say omo ya ahead of Andre ehon na was here.
Okay,
the underlying word near say Andre na ye can asem no coach ni see ohun other players ahead of him.
so Fifi deviated and
deviated
and it was unfair say a personal attack on the coach.
Enter make us for the emotions na kasa. Na Fifi the emotions na
Fifi position, you know, so no, he's in a position now. He does not represent Dede Ayew alone. He represents the captain of the national team.
Good.
If chaos is here, the leadership of Jordan Ayew. So he should be very careful about his pronouncement.
And when say baby Fifi take his so kind here say say we tie coach na nkasa comments ni di previously. Coach ne say oye ne selection based on how unya more minutes ball class side and no performance. I maybe a trim I one for Andre nkofo say onya more minutes ball. Say na onye bi bo na den one friend.
And no so a good argument.
So me de ekwaku. Me wiase am wo no. Me pe bibia me pe ne penchen.
No correct.
O ye fair no aye fair.
No correct.
Andre Ayew ayenim no. Ope say or say akan either say or operate as an offensive midfielder. Obetima bo as a striker, a right winger, and as a left winger. So current team now ye the ball your last 2 games you know, against Chad, against Madagascar. Yan say between Omo and Andre. Minutes ne ye saying why na Andre betima ba be yin film. Me no ka say Mami Inaki Williams ne sha say.
Okay. So these are going to be facts.
Facts and figures.
Numbers don't lie.
Who Andre dey no kwaya sha say free Andre.
Okay.
Mama Andre ni ni when the minutes awabo. Any matches do awabo.
Mumbie mu Andre.
Yes, Andre. This season I only have we bought 20 games. 20 games na awabo no. Andre has 4 goals. Why assist 1. This season Andre Ayew am I 1,155 minutes. So it means this season Andre performing and obo.
So 20 games, 4 goals, 1 assist. Minutes near 1,155 minutes.
Good.
So we are speaking numbers here.
Numbers.
It's where the facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
These are the numbers this season.
This season.
Over 1,000 minutes.
Over 1,000.
Let's move on.
Mami Inaki Williams.
Okay. Inaki Williams.
Inaki.
The difference is Inaki.
Inaki about 40 games, 10 goals, 9 assists, 3,245 minutes.
Way above the Dede, you know.
So say based on the 50 take air canon, say the numbers they have I'll go more minutes or club
and even goals,
any contribution.
On to
me Inaki in free.
That is a fact.
Mami Antoine Semenyo.
Okay.
Mami Semenyo.
Antoine is Semenyo numbers so to say
32 games.
Okay.
9 goals,
okay,
5 assists,
okay,
2,733 minutes.
That is way above the day's let's 1,000. No?
Good.
And a goal contributions or shots.
Okay. Okay. Mami obi to say Jordan, Niendi Jordan, so honko. Jordan. Jordan, Leicester, 30 games, 5 goals, 1 assist, 1,609 minutes.
Little above the day's numbers.
Oh, was so saying. Mami Enes Nyama.
Okay.
Enes Nyama.
Who plays for Olympic Lyon.
Good. 31 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, 1,500.
Little above the day's numbers.
Also, so saying. Mind him naka.
Maybe Jerry a free.
Mami Jerry.
Okay. Mama Jerry a free enough. Jerry a free numbers is soon.
3 games.
And now we are no so echo logo.
Echo 3 games, 2 assists, 2 goals, 1 assist, 179 minutes.
The day were numbers chain.
So in this case, Jerry a free na your friend no. Andre Ayew were number same. By Kweku. In 2007, Claude Leroy and a promo Emma Andre Ayew opportunity man by the senior national team. Eto de bina ye uko national team na ye call up. Enye ni nyina na eye Benson. Obi wo ho a eye project I was a promotion
national project. Exactly.
That was the reason why in 2007 Obia the tumu say Andre Ayew no or a national project. Now you will players are above Andre Ayew. Now more minutes or more numbers by a can say the national project. In the case of Jerry Diana Yekan, Jerry a free year in Pokrano. Ghana for whom they say or the next Asamweja. So only the national projects. anomoye. So I have said the reason why you call up India, you say, I was here integrating in temp with the national team. But guys, not just with me acclimatize with our national team Mexico. It
makes a lot of sense. I know I'm sure say the crowd will understand. Say one youngster will it makes a lot of sense.
And what the Kudus Kudus there? When I say Obeka say, Yendo Kudus na yen for Andre. Kudus ewo minis or boss ebo.
Yeah.
Come out Dean.
Oh my, come out Dean. Okay. 21
games.
Okay.
2 goals, 2 assists. 970.
So the day numbers change come out.
The day numbers come out.
In terms of minutes played.
And in terms of minute play.
Exactly.
The day numbers are saying.
Okay.
So in this case, say Andre Kase no minutes and I say 50 Kase or minutes saying come out dinner. A facts. So I have said a coach no better say the reason why your far come out Dino maybe a purely tactical reason. But in terms of numbers, more minutes to be biadi. Andre will be saying come out in this season. So I say about has say now a branch of a papa bra 50 right to Hasi. In terms of facts and figures, or you're right to Hasi.
But come you see,
before so the okay. Christopher Bonsu Bonsuba also saw 1,822 minutes, 3 goals, 4 assists.
The minutes was roaching the day.
The goals contributions are also.
Our gang.
So
on the when you born
so say oh kind of cry. Now we have a recent call up na. The only player Obeka say numbers no. Andre be also come out India no.
And a Jerry.
So maybe say coach in the better say Jerry a national project which make a lot of sense. Come out India no better say a tactical reason.
Numbers don't lie. I mean, the numbers speaks clearly. And again, Kwame, they say you cannot call Ronaldo I bet na bench. So what that's what say for Ronaldo national team no bet na bench. You better don't call him. You understand? There are players be wa pejadrum pempen so bia. Yen from bet na bench clearly. Say the day of our national team and now he is going to start from the bench. And on the bench, it put pressure on you. I think my only problem is that Otto Addo it is quite obvious to say Fred the day 100 goals Fred no.
Okay.
It's all making the stance clear instead of us say every day back and forth on the Dede Ayew. Because last year I was expecting the Dede Ayew to write a statement to tell Ghana for say make the day Ayew be the ama Ghana the jai.
So big question here say at the time Otto Addo buy no, I obey the first call up or drop 1 drill. Coach Otto Addo catch Ghana for you say Okushia Andre on any dim common or change the reason why I want to inside their friend. Now Andre Mpokrano, the reason sleep or not on ye happy with. So assemble na coach a catcher Andre. Assemble no kind of Andre and ye happy no. I was by this time and can see a solve sadia. If the coach a catcher and say the project no baba bayan on your part of the project. I was no
assembly any.
Then you say a ye pony a because baby Edru, the national team.
Couldn't Otto Addo have said he's not part of my projects? Then we move on.
So Omani clear say will be project on your part. And
it's back and forth.
To be honest with you, as now Otto Addo can say players need be ahead of Andre. No coach in books no. At the end of the day, say coach ni failure, you coach ni baby. So coach no, I say who players be ahead of him. Maybe he say compare pana. Majority of players on one national team is say no. Majority of them, who they no crack us. Some way ahead of.
Yeah, the
frontier was say, yeah, bra fifi.
And yeah, semi bois, me person me catch the fifi no.
Or the emotions.
As I say, I think say omo bend the day no so M1 no. Dede Ayew wa be ya magana no.
Kakraka.
Esun papa. Enye say drum pempen so a. Dede Ayew just say you are denting this guy's image. Look at the legacy. Why don't you invite this guy to master? What is that?
The problem back here say enye Andre Ukrao she Asamoah Gyan. It seems say Oma Babeli did the national team no emrebidru na empa how are ombe free team no.
Come on.
Enye fe. How are ye mo free team no.
And why would they also say my ye be My big impress again. Big impress Wadaroma.
Otto Addo asem no kan no. First of all, there was nothing wrong with it, and there is nothing wrong with it. Otto Addo na Black Stars coach. Otto Addo na be the kind of player on only few say. Player never fit into his scheme of work. Our Black Stars. I will be the player na year juma. And so therefore, say you be so Otto Addo about Dede Ayew. No Otto Addo kase. Dede Ayew for now, as we speak, he sees other players ahead of Dede Ayew. Otto Addo nka asem boni bia. The Otto Addo actually say clearly. Players on only form say si ano. On only feel say at this moment emrante any money more so. And omo na betimi aboa no ama na adwuma na oye no. And so atimi akonkan. If you are looking at the list of players and after attackers on the Black Stars in the last qualifiers na your boy na. Per statistics are come mama the two screen so no clearly. They are trying to say there are players under you numbers e was so e the chain omo de mijitum. But even with those players in Impono, there are caveats. Caveats in the sense that you can't carry free asema. Kwame can say he's a project. There are countries like England omo di to walk otomo. Omo di wenru mo. Equal World Cup, equal kwatenase. Omo anya minutes ambo. They just took them to the World Cup. So omo kwatenase no mo shebi keke. No mo nya feel of the senior national team. No mo understudy the senior players because omo ni se mranti ane wo quality and maybe beba the Three Lions. It's a player be a friend into the national team. And a chase chinchina kind. And also what's our numbers no, especially when the player is a young player. Oh yeah, no free one more. Jerry free your crampon numbers no compared to the number of matches are under the day you are born. Men disrespect Andre. But say you're born in Kwabo any potential. Now you the level of the league at your free more. Met me I say Jerry free a potent than Andre are you kindly. Because he's played 3 matches, watched 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 3 goal directly, and advanced and contributed to the club. The only idea they say Andre is a big player, and the league are obono. I was so at the chain leveler, Jerry Free so no doubt. Come out din Suleiman, the kind of quality Abrante indicator. Injuries I have Abrante was Adams in this particular season. It's only a lot of minutes, and one of those reasons I'm on the numbers in the war form. Dede Ayew is a quality player with experience, yes, I know correct. But the energy levels at this stage, maybe are possibly coach here. Every player is in one. When we are playing these qualifiers and the matches are here, Bona, can you tell me, say, in terms of energy levels, pace, dribbles, attributes a key winger here? Dede Ayew kindly, a pacey, a better dribbler, and the check come out in Suleiman. To me, it is a no. It is a coach cast answer moya on carbon ibiao. Dede Ayew has had to share with the Black Stars. Men cast a chinchilla can retire Dede Ayew. That is not what I am saying. But the coach no say Siano. If you say our other players are or no to or no. Money one ni muche Dede Ayew there. Na se oka abra ye bisa Dede asema problem be any home. For 50 taki there. Kwaku clearly may assure say on you to a problem. Yes. Ebi a time Otto Addo ko share Dede Ayew. I only need in common. May I sure say 150 taking a spokesperson for the family there. Obey preview to common on dear no.
Yeah.
Ebi and send me corso. And as a case be corso. Fifi ate. I did ya be ya dear ben. Eshedimu. And no nam so beba na kasa ansem no. Senya sadia. Asem no Otto Addo kan no. Why do you describe him say a coach a one to me and Ghana and qualify anko AFCON? Yen nyina yen nim say one to me and Ghana anko. But in the early, or try say, I didn't see the coach. I want you on your hair, Magana. Ever deny the day you saw money more Black Stars. But that is not what we are talking about now. So I had you say on you on no Black Stars coach in praying, and so therefore players on only deem fit. So I'm about woman and Juma Kosono. And on never form do my year Juma. Black Stars now go ya me yem some yam pamome. And you to other near question and near pamono.
Okay, Facebook messages maybe my member one or two be most of Ghana for Choma Yepa. Philip Anderson say, why should we call Dede Ayew? We have moved on. Charles, your boss more fire. Nana Yas Biggie some point watching the show live from a shaman. Long live. Okay, we don't need Andre. Hey, man should go. Aye, I say and Chebedu Jordan. So. Dede. Okay, is a man for church or my dream. A man for say basically don't want to say as I say the day a giant child now open say hard dream.
The reason why I make us say yebra fifi taki the emotions na kasa no utie the okotro tro or see coach who feel yes or the ever qualify for African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Or just say or che baby who try to feel
yeah.
Kwekume to the bia on he. Me come as plain. The person change na yes coach no e feel yes or the ever call African Cup of Nations into yes or nya de and obe drop Andre. Ye call Cameroon African Cup of Nations one na ye captain.
Senior man Dede.
Andre.
Ye call Cote d'Ivoire one na national team captain. Ye na kwesi ye.
Ankoye one of our worst stages in our history.
And he said, Yebra Fifi Taki catch it
was led by him.
Yebra Fifi Taki catch it Coach Otto Addo. How ye coach if Feli saw the ever quite Coninti. I didn't all drop Andrea. Obiso bet Marcus say Andrea so captain you come here kugu when you must work Cameroon.
Yeah, worst ever AFCON performance.
Our Cote d'Ivoire. And then you saw on Sokrabe national team. The fact say coach ni Feli doesn't mean say on to me make it things right. Ghana ni ben and criticize Coach Otto Addo. Ghana ni ben and any who say yet me qualify for African Cup of Nations. The fact say Otto Addo fairly Ghana for African Cup of Nations. Then say coach na was say ye so panis Debbie. And we are say one and deserve other chances. And to say Obeka say Coach Otto Addo. Ye call and me unqualify for African Cup of Nations into say then nipa na wo kana asem Andre no captain ye only did the senior national team me kugu ye no mase. Aw Cameroon ni Ivory Coast and no so swear. I know swear. Assemble on your emotions. Your coach ne kind of me coach Otto Addo kwaku from a few no one ebesine. Ope crew back wa ya
gina na so.
Ya criticize coach Otto Addo.
Adena ekoko.
Ye do atemo.
Of course.
Ye do personality attack.
Asamo.
Ye betina say be do atemo. Ye the first and figures ne kasa wa ha. Ye can no kren wa ha say.
Of course we've given the facts. I mean you cannot deny.
Oh yeah dia ye be kan wa nya Otto Addo. Nansen ya o say Chad ne Madagascar yambebo na baso eno nkyere sese wonya ade aye nka Jordan Ayew imrebe edu ye criticize no oya ade ye ka pate na enkoye oya ade ye ka imrebe duru ye Andre ye nyina ye bo na baso e ba afom ye ka so se e ba ne ye bo wa baso na enkoye ye beka se ekoye ye beka Otto Addo ye criticize na obo mienu e fa yi obi ye bo na baso enti asem na Otto Addo kan say onu no ye coach or ye selection onu the technical team no omo tina ase no players omo to omo nsa de from no Andre position otimi bo no omo players ni be ahead of Andrea se who is spokesperson for the Ayew family na open no kra obetina ase omo Andre eba oni on be compete for position no omo dem what saying omo on number sesen no omo nya more minutes esen no e wo say we use fast and figures to talk any emotions.
My worry is that there seems to be a certain notion around people are obeying the day say asenko for time.
Obia.
On say because there seems to be a debia that almost be honest or attack Otto Addo is attacked not because say ebia Otto ye be born in power but feel say ebia Otto sort of wanya there say one friend Dede Ayew. I said there's a certain people around they say obi criticizing and say obi am friend no na bibia say yetano. I think it is wrong. Clearly, the Yemia Dede Ayew where you in the nature say 2026 World Cup no be obeko.
Oh yes, call your person.
Because Senye say Uncle Bianca by this time can we jive Black Stars. Because clearly I see say Onya World Cup Libya obeko. Now it looks like as say Otto Addo that's your head coach in a day. Maybe when Otto is not there, now be full for me beba. He who can achieve his dreams. Maybe and also so can win tina. On person the Ejumane towards here because the narrations around town and what people are saying about him, you know, and negating a legacy for the Black Stars.
Na me patrol enye bia o. Asem na coach kan. Coach ambie na no nka be bia da say on free Andre bie mu.
Debi.
Yen status ade ne clear na obi ante ne ho ase. Coach Otto Addo enka mbie na no nka be bia say on free Andre bie mu. Voice now boy no menim say akwanya be ma betima say susu bi ma voice now boy no ko say ne doors no always open enti that job betima say about the national team only if say that period na maybe say Andre Modembo no e was so ten omo no obetima frɛ no enti on two mum fam Andre enti menim Ghana ye betima frɛ obi a
I think my Kwame say your captains they leave the Black Stars on the
problem.
It's sickening. A hard dream pan
because Ejuma Andre Abebodi Amadi senior national team from 2007.
What's that?
They say
commitments. Wait, open so use well commitments on any way. Wait, where to me the Champwaka say Dede motion Dede commitment to the Black Stars.
Sure.
Because Obuwa and I mean I am ya and I mean Tipami Ghana Kobo na Quinto Numua. Don't wanna be Tipami means me call Dede Ayew will go.
Oh, now you got to a time. Andre Nankasa Tini Butum on one Casa flight. You were Ghanaian players in Buha. Or much venue na ye ko country or see no what you change by Andre.
Wait,
from 2007 basi no. Offer Andre said day. I just say maybe you were proud or you know how I will put the modiamo mine. Mempese Andre, how
that's a very common. 1 year to 2 years. Negativity is not done too much.
And what's you're celebrating?
So that is why people are managing it. What are they doing?
What's your
the moment negativity I have the delegates.
Omo kasama no. And what's how one beba bonti on bekasani very important.
Big.
How one beba bonti bekasani very important because Andre Ayew weduma waye diama Ghana. And what's you celebrating? He said na se beba bonti na man for air so na man for.
Ka Black Stars the ball game will be maybe they say Warita announce something like that. The Black Stars the ball game will be yeah they are no kesiye.
Oh.
Master. Big young na hard we are yeke Jordan Femwe football was so captain Shana was so Chinebi Yameyo pian na fe was legacy kakra wa ye no also be better because ekwaya to say captains for you know musuma ya yepe what I say to be and to a wide ana
Black Stars they say because the senior national team of course especially Namoka about a World Cup. Every player's dream is to play at the World Cup, no matter the number of World Cups to do our ball. Whenever you are playing actively, on Pi Bono die so no any swadi unit, obetimi akwa World Cup ni biom. Oh, you're active on Kwadia. But there is a saying, sir, you always have to leave the stage when the stakes are high or when the applause are high. And I believe, say, under the day you are Juma Waya Diama Ghana, under the day you are Juma Waya Diama Black Stars. And just make us say few months and I say yes. I be ka with Dede Ayew anim no enkonko fa problem emfa ma eye Black Stars and I say only Dede Ayew any eye Ghana Black Stars just because he didn't get a call up to play for the senior national team. Dede has sacrificed a lot. Dede has done his part. He has paid his dues. Adiebi was a player here at the man the national team biano only Dede Ayew are yes no and so Eddie ama Ghana Fifi Taki Adiebi obeka biano kwaku he shouldn't forget say it's an official position from either the Ayew or the Ayew family. Because we want officially Okasama de Ayew family no. It does that mean say Asemi Awaba Bontia Baba Bekain. The position of the whole family ana. Obi Fanestar, the person is not far from right. Because officially una oye de ben Okasa Edemomo. Yes, ana o draw certain lines. It is not going to help the brand. Andre Ayew as a player. I built all these years and so Ediamane home and in the football career. Kwaku Andre Ayew Black Stars in you say on money forever. But kwanya obe faso obe kono. I was say ya dia e be hia Fifi Takimo and no more manage Andre.
Okay, next say Uba bibu na wo kwa. It's say oko in the right way and sir.
Of course.
I love that. Come South would you to say free bibi mu was so free in the right way.
Yeah.
True do intimacy place in from football. A biggie also Ujai or X and Ujai in the right way and now for crime best in the
Oh, menu be nyama sembiansi da.
Yes, I wouldn't quite fast you know.
Say mood by mutual consent.
We are saying mutual consent and it's saying Inti say what catch then is saying
there be in private.
Someone for pursue esua.
Oh chira the TV so eh kofo be bring issue.
Obi entimi mba ho.
Exactly.
Embe hu one on one. Inti o kan mframem dia na nipa dodo na afa say futu
there be we there private way.
You mean can say kan woni no komo but e bia wo friend woni ni din koma catch and so person woni ni gia na. Aya we anything.
Me ankasa me friend that they be omo ne propose.
Say munjai. Hey, begin for Bonini, pop. Hey, begin for Bonini. Come in.
Yo, Omokana, dear now, so can. And no answer what was.
Send the paddy. Mpanimfoɔ sɛ ɔbaa sɛ ɔdɔ ɔkora ne da na nkɔmɛsɛ ɔsɛ ɔno obi mu
nti dodoɔ sɛ na
nti na wate aseɛ
dodoɔ sɛ pa na ne na pape
dodoɔ bigi oh bigi plan no ɔno bɛtete wa na wankasa bɛ propose sɛ
dabi
wo sɛ da tete no na ɔno bɛ propose
krefo so sɛ yɛmusa sɛ wo so ɛ wo kwakwa ni sɛ wo so ɛ wo ka bigi deɛ no so ɛ
Clifford you're very careful. You're very careful. Okay. Odie Ochinemechem Sir Clifford. You're very careful.
Because Odie the minim kwame.
Openyi. Kwame. Odie biggie say always show be. Odie biggie always show be.
We kwaku birthdays we on and Lady Reverend Angelina Afre war Flourishing Cedars International Church and the birthday Nyankopon shauna onya okese na one different Jesse, Juma, 37 military hospital, Ewaka, and they are also now what Nyankopon Shano.